not public yet, so give me a minute to set the name of this. Alright, got 992 subscribers, getting real close to that 1,000. Picked up, a good 7 subscribers yesterday, it seems. Alright, I am still in Turlock, California, and I just, this was a really good delivery here. I'm more than happy to come back here again. I'll give you guys more details. Once you get some more people online, or some people online and can interact in live, I'll go ahead and explain that more detail. Alright, this particular stream is only going to go from Turlock to Dinuba, which is only about 110 miles or so southeast of here. Dinuba is actually in between Fresno and Bakersfield, over to the east of Highway 99. That's where I'll be picking up my next load. It is going to the general Houston area. Not in Houston, but it's going to the Houston market. So that's the area I'll be, which direction I'll be going. Anyway, yeah, I'm still at the customer in Turlock, but of course hey, welcome Steve and Jim and Linda. I know there's people on here. I can tell you about this customer. This was a really, really good experience here. I'd be more than happy to come back here again. So you guys know I got here around 10 o'clock last night, 10:30, whatever the hell it was, and I've shut down there on the street. Probably could have come in the lot and parked here, whatever, but I went ahead and stopped on the street where I knew there was a place to park. About 5:30 this morning, I wake up to somebody knocking on the side of my truck, and I'm like, of course my initial thought was like, oh crap, someone told me I'm not allowed to park here or something, but even though there aren't any signs saying I can't, so I was like, just didn't seem right. So I come out and I peek over at the mirrors, and I see a guy with a reflective vest on out there, and so I come over, roll down the window, and just in case for Lisa, purple prime truck. Alright. I roll down the window, and then the guy tells me, you can go ahead and check in right now if you want to. Okay. My appointment's not till 9:40 this morning, but if you're going to tell me I can check in right now, well, hell yeah, I will. My 10-hour break's not done yet, and I didn't have 8 hours of sleep birth yet, but I give a shit. Just had to make a quick little, very short PC trip from the street to right here, and then went and checked in, and right away they gave me a doctor. They said, yeah, go get he can have Doctor 18, and they told me don't open my don't break the seal, basically, and then someone else will come out. No more than a few minutes after I got in front of the door, someone comes out and tells me to go ahead and open your doors. I back in, and in less than 30 minutes, I was already empty. It was that fast. I don't think it was even 6:30 in the morning by the time I was already, let's see. Yeah, empty call I sent right at 6:30 in the morning. So this was a really good experience. I'd be more than happy to ever come back here anytime they give me a load here. Alright. Got a little more I'll talk about there, but I'll catch up with you. Let's see what I'm missing here. Matt Mosley, how's it going? Coming out of Arizona, short run to Walmart in Riverside. Okay. This load here that I'm gonna go deadhead in a minute. I'm gonna go wash out the trailer first, and I'm gonna do it in Fresno. We have an account with a truck wash over there. Get the trailer washed out there, and then I'll head down to Dinuba after that and pick up my load there. I'm not familiar with that customer, but they don't have very good Google reviews, and I talked to Eric Wildman earlier and it was telling him about it, and I guess he's been there before, and I think he had an earlier in the day appointment, but he didn't load until like 5 or so in the evening, even though he had a morning appointment. So it's kind of consistent with what the Google reviews suggested. Plan on spending some time there. So with that said, I'm going to give you guys a little caveat with this particular stream. I don't plan on having it last any longer than once I get checked in Dinuba. Then whenever I'm done loading and able to start moving again, I'll go ahead and do another stream from Dinuba to Victorville, because I'm going to just go ahead and end my shift, the current shift at my house. I have time to work with to get it to the Houston market area. It's only 1,800 miles total loaded, so I can do that in 3 shifts. And if I'm going to knock out 300 or so of those miles today, that's easy. I can easily do that in 3 more shifts and still easily get it there on time. So that's the plan. Anyway, maybe I'll run into you down there somewhere, Matt. Tomorrow morning, if all goes as planned, sometime tomorrow morning, that's what I plan to do, is head down to I-10 and go across from there. Alright, what else we got here? Waiting to hear back from compliance. Oh, okay, so yeah, you got the approval to go back to work now, I assume, and as soon as compliance clears you, and I assume because of the time off, you're going to have to do a drug test. And then once you get drug tested and it comes back okay, they're going to tell you, hey, okay, you can come back. Then it's a matter of how are you going to get back to the terminal. Or maybe they can send you back down to San Bernardino to get a recovery truck or something and take it over to the terminal. You never know. Yeah, please keep me informed on that. Let me know how things going on that. Alright, it's almost that time. It's a little warm in here. 57 degrees, but I have the heater all the way on full heat, so let that build up a little bit. You're taking your car, okay. That'll be good. Sure does beat riding that damn Greyhound bus, which I swear I'll never ride again. That's a shitty experience. Any of you guys who've not ridden a Greyhound, don't start. I hate to recommend against anybody's business, but yeah. Very, very, very bad experience I had with them. They lost my luggage, and it was the worst, most uncomfortable ride I ever had in my life. There was a guy on the first bus I rode in who got kicked off the bus because he got caught stealing from the gas station out in Blythe, California, that we had stopped at. And then of course we get to Phoenix and switch buses, and my luggage did not switch buses, so I ended up doing, and this was when I got hired by JCT, and I ended up doing 3 whole days at JCT with nothing but the clothes on my back. Thank God I had my toiletry bag and my carry-on backpack, but I had no other clothes, and I had to basically shower, and then every time I got through showering, put the same damn clothes on until I was able to get over to Kohl's on the last day there, and actually get a couple of new pairs of clothes, a whole new sets of clothes, so I can at least have something other than what's on my back to wear. And it took me about a week and a half before I finally got my luggage back, and even that was a pain in the ass, because they found it was still in Phoenix, and the guy said he was going to send it, but it never got sent right away. And about another week later, I end up getting a call from someone at the Las Vegas Greyhound terminal saying, your luggage made it here, but someone was supposed to pick it up in Victorville, but there was nobody there for it. Like, you guys don't just drop it off at the terminal and have like a claim area, whatever, that we can come get it when we can. Let me get rolling. I'm going to go ahead and start. We'll continue the story. Everyone needs at least one ride on a Greyhound. Oh my God, yeah. better yet, you're just take life for granted and not ever get that experience. All right, get moving here, and so anyway, that Greyhound experience, I had to wait for the. Oh no, they said that someone was supposed to be there, but they never told me that somebody had to be at the terminal. So it basically went straight through Victorville and then all the way up to Las Vegas before it got taken off of that bus, and they figured out, oh hey, it was not supposed to come up here. It was supposed to have gotten picked up in Victorville. So the lady there calls me up and tells me that. Falling down out of my shit. Yeah, let me get these big nippers out of the way. Alright. Alright, so she calls me back and then says she can send it back, but somebody needs to be at the station to pick it up. Alright, well, my wife's at work in Barstow. My family all lives in Barstow, and there was nobody in the Victorville area that I knew of who could at the time who'd be in a position to get over there and wait for the Greyhound to show up to get it from them. But I ended up finding out my little sister was able to go to the Greyhound stop in Barstow at the big huge McDonald's there. It's a cool looking bird. Black and white little crow looking thing, whatever. I don't know what it is, but it's cool looking. It had like a metallic blue kind of a color on its wings, and then a black head. Alright. So anyway, yeah, my sister finally got it, and that was after about a week and a half after it got lost and originally reported. So I wasn't happy about that. And not to mention I had a lost baggage one time when I was in the Air Force, and I was flying, of course, flying back from Italy to Tucson. And I remembered I went through Atlanta Hartsfield Airport, and when you come into the U.S., yeah, and then you say you're like you come in where I started. I went from Venice to I think Amsterdam or somewhere. I think it was Amsterdam. And then from Amsterdam to Atlanta, and then Atlanta to Phoenix, and then Phoenix to Tucson. When I got to Atlanta, the process is when you get there, you got to pick up all your checked baggage and your carry-on, whatever, and go through the customs screening area. And then you check it back in after you've gone through the whole customs process. And then you go to your next, gate. Well, I get over to where I'm supposed to pick up my checked baggage, and my baggage never showed up. So now I'm like freaking out because pretty much all my clothes are there. I think I had one uniform on me or something like that. I don't even remember what I ended up doing for that week when. The first week I got back to work. But that wasn't quite as bad a process. It was nerve-wracking because I actually had my computer inside the suitcase that was missing. So I was freaking out that maybe they intentionally went missing so they could steal the computer out of it or something. But it ended up not being that way. Eventually, I ended up getting it back. I don't know, about a week later. They ended up finding it at Marco Polo Airport in Venice. What happened was when they were basically was supposed to go from the check area, on the cart to the aircraft. I guess the tag that they put on it to label that it was going to Tucson fell off or got torn off or whatever it was, so they couldn't identify where it was supposed to go. So what happened is it just never left Venice, and they waited until someone filed a claim on it. And when I filed the claim and it matched my claim description, then they were able to send it back on its way to where I was at. But then, when it got to Tucson, and I'm at work that night when it showed up, the airline, which of course is Delta, if you're going through Atlanta, you're almost guaranteed it's going to be a Delta flight because that's their major hub. They actually had one of their employees bring it to the base, to the main gate at the base, and meet me there at the base main gate. They would have brought it straight all the way to me if I wasn't on a military base. So yeah, they actually, hey, at least they bring it straight to you. They get it, they get it in the claim area, and then they actually bring it physically to your location. So that was really cool. Yeah, Greyhound, oh man, I didn't sleep for shit, and I was really sore because the chair I was using was not very comfortable. And of course, being a tall guy like me, his legroom is very difficult to come by. So there was just no way possible to get really comfortable on that thing. I was so relieved when I finally got to Tulsa and eventually to the hotel so I could actually get some rest. Alright, for those, I don't know if all you guys noticed that I posted on Facebook and in Critters Corner. If you guys were watching my stream last night while I was going up in between Visalia and Fresno, actually in between Fresno and Kingsburg, whatever. Kingsburg's the area that I'm actually going to be getting off of 99 on this stream here to go toward the shipper. But not too far south of Kingsburg. Now you guys remember there was a lane closure on the right side for an apparent incident that from what I can tell was a fatality, because I could see there was a tarp over something that was obviously going to be a dead body in the lane or next to the lane. Found out what happened there was basically the driver of the car that was right there. Now you saw the cop cars, and then you see I think it was a white car, something along that line. And then right in front of the white car was the body laying on the ground with the tarp over it, on the shoulder. Okay, so apparently the guy, I don't know if it was a female or male, they didn't identify, but that individual, I guess, had a tire blowout, and they pulled over to the shoulder, and then they got out to inspect the car. And when they got out to inspect, they got hit by a UPS truck that was coming. Yeah, I'm willing to, what do you want to bet that the UPS truck probably tried to get over to the next lane over, but couldn't because other traffic wouldn't let them. Or even if they could, see where the body was lying. It was right next to the white fog line, basically within inches of the fog line that separates the right lane from the shoulder. And I have to think that if they got hit there and they probably went sideways a little bit, they probably actually got into the actual lane of travel at the time they got hit. Very dangerous situation there. It was a careless thing that was done. Maybe careless by both the person who died and the UPS driver. We don't know. That'll hopefully, or maybe the UPS driver noticed the person doing whatever and actually might have tried to avoid them, but maybe was prevented from doing so by other traffic or whatever, and just could have been a sitting duck. You never know. if you go to the stream from last night, you go to the, I think it was the 3 hour and 16 minute mark, 3:17, right in that ballpark. You can see, and that's the point where up in the 3:16 range is where you can see me going from the right lane to the middle lane because of the lane closure. And I think it was at 3:17 and 16 seconds or somewhere around that ballpark. You can see me going past the tarp. And then you go a little further up the road and you can see a UPS truck on the shoulder, and then a little past the UPS truck, you see someone pulling a Target trailer also up there, along with the other cars and stuff that were there. Unfortunate situation, and I mentioned in my Facebook post, it's a little wordy, so I know a lot of people aren't going to be interested in reading it just because they don't have the attention span to sit there and read through that kind of a thing, which is sad because hey, if you can't handle reading something like that at that length, then don't be surprised if you get treated like you're not the smartest. No offense to any of you guys. I'm not saying that somebody doesn't have the attention span to read that is lacking in intelligence. I'm just saying that you're not gonna show your intelligence if you do have it. If you can't be willing to take time to look at stuff like that. Anyways, basically it's kind of words of wisdom stuff I had in there, which of course I like to always talk about here on my streams. Not a truck driver, always keep this thing in mind. Truck drivers do not move out of the right lane for no good reason. If you see that we've moved out of the right lane, stay out of that lane, because we're out of that lane for a good reason. Unless you're in a 3 plus lane area of traffic, because sometimes trucks will go to the middle lane to stay away from it. Otherwise, your best bet is to stay in the middle. Reason, but don't go stopping on the right shoulder to take a piss or whatever else. A lot of people do that, and there's a problem. If you stop on the shoulder, even if someone let's see if I can get around this guy before the car shows. This guy, alright, make sure it's for a valid reason. If you're wise, you don't have a good reason to be there, period. And if you don't have a good reason to be there, let's say you're stopped on the shoulder and someone in the right lane strays out of their lane and hits you, and someone dies, guess what? You're going to be financially liable for at least part of that. Even if it's the other driver's fault primarily, you're going to have financial responsibility in a court of law. I guarantee it. Because they're going to be able to, I guarantee you, the insurance company for the other driver, their lawyers are going to argue that you shouldn't have been on that shoulder in the first place. You get your ass hit by somebody and this is an accident, or an accident of any kind, you are going to pay for it. It might not be your fault that it happened. Between law enforcement, their main concern is who is primarily at fault and who needs to get citations or arrested for whatever happened. That's all they're really concerned about. The insurance companies, though, when they battle it out in civil court, that's a whole different can of worms. They can say that you're 25% responsible for the accident, even though it was their driver's fault. So what it does is it reduces their liability. Instead, let's just say you have $60,000 worth of damage, damage and medical costs, whatever. And even if their own driver is responsible for it, or at fault primarily, if they can argue that you contributed to it in some way, and where you should have been able to help prevent it from happening, they might have to pay out. It might even worse if you do that and you don't have insurance. So just don't put yourself in those positions. And also, if you have, don't stop in a spot where you're forced to stop right next to the lane if you can absolutely avoid it. Sometimes you can. Even more damage by driving it on a wheel and damaging the rim and having to get a new rim for it too. Kind of in those situations sometimes where you just have to take what the shoulder gives you. But anytime there's some kind of possibility for you to park at least 6 to 12 feet away from the travel lanes, if not further, you should definitely do it. Through the south end of Livingston, heading southbound. I'll be stopping in Fresno, which is the truck wash I'm going to go to is just under 70 miles from here, so a little over an hour out. All right, Lisa saying Boris Johnson, that's the Prime Minister of the UK. Now out of intensive care. That's good. Extremely good spirits as he continues to recover. It's excellent. Now, another note with that whole right shoulder safety thing. There was somebody I knew. I used to work with him at March Air Force Base. At the time, he was working up at Travis Air Force Base, up over by to the west of Sacramento. He lived in Simi Valley, and he was on his way back to Simi Valley at the end of the end of his week, whatever. And he stopped along the right shoulder on I-5, I think over in the Button Willow area, to the west of Bakersfield. Somewhere in that general area. Stopped there. I don't know, maybe to take a leak next to the car, alongside the road or whatever. I don't know what the purpose was, but he got back in his car, in his pickup actually, and took off, not wearing a seatbelt. And when he pulled out into the road, he did so right in front of a truck that was already there and couldn't do anything but hit him. Because he wasn't wearing a seatbelt. Or not only did he cause the accident, but because he was not wearing a seatbelt, he was actually ejected and killed. So if you're on the freeway already, treat anybody on the right shoulder like they are a live ordinance. Stay the hell away from them. You don't know what they're going to do. Give them space. You don't know if they're going to suddenly pull out on the road in front of you at low speed and become a serious safety hazard. You don't know if they're going to get out of the car or come out from the front of their vehicle and then right into your path, like what probably happened yesterday or last night or whatever else. Not to mention with trucks, we create a lot more wake turbulence as we pass by. And the wind currents, they swirl, and if the wind currents hit the person the right way, it can actually blow the person toward the truck, and they can get ran over that way. So please, if you see a truck, and if you see someone on the right shoulder, like right now, this truck right here, get the hell out of the lane. Give them space. It doesn't have to be an emergency vehicle. Get out of the freaking lane. Give them room to do their job safely. And I don't give a shit if you have to slow down 20 miles an hour. Get your ass down. Let the traffic in the right lane move over so they can safely get away from that right shoulder traffic, so there's less risk of an accident for everybody involved. too many cases where people don't notice the traffic on the shoulder and don't want to slow down and even honk at us, flip us off, or whatever. And they even go around us on the right side. You're like, it never crossed your mind why I left that lane in the first place. There's a reason why I left that lane. Don't go over there trying to pass me on the right. Trust me, there's a reason why I left the lane. Unless you're getting off the freeway, you don't have a good reason to be over there. If there's someone on the right shoulder here, So what if the person on the right shoulder does come out in front of the person who you're not letting come over, and now the person that you're next to has no escape route because you're in their way? And not to mention, the person that they might hit might force them into you. Then you become a victim of an accident that you could have helped contribute, that you could have helped avoid, had you just not been an asshole and let that slower right lane traffic over. That's another example also why I say split speed limits between regular traffic and trucks is what you call the work of freaking morons who have no idea what the hell they're doing. They don't have a CDL. They don't have any clue about true traffic safety. California is the only state I know of with the 15 mile an hour split speed limit between regular traffic and trucks. Trucks cannot do more than 55 legally anywhere in the state. Yet, other traffic can do 70 miles an hour right next to us legally. That is not safe. Even in the state of Washington, where it's 70 for cars and 60 for trucks, that is still not safe to me. I don't even like 5 mile an hour speed limits. Let us use our brains. Let us maintain the safe spacing that most of us, or that many of us at least have common sense to use, to leave. Now, I can be the stone in the stream. Let me decide what I think is safe. We're the professionals out here. We know how to. A lot of us have never been in accidents and know how to stay out of accidents. Gusty winds through here right now. Reacted pretty nicely this morning to the jobless data and also to the Fed announcement that it was going to pump more money into helping businesses, whatever. So far, the FOMC's definitely showing willing to be aggressive in both directions, which is good. You got to be proactive. Some of the problems we've had in the past with economic recessions is from the Fed not reacting fast enough to things. Just closed right now, actually. Hey, Charles. Right, Steve. They had was I think like 6 or 7 million last week, and then this week I think it was 6.6 or so million, something like that. Can get over faster. There's a whole bunch of traffic coming up in the left lane, including another truck. So just a slight little slowdown like that, just long enough to get him out of the way, is all it takes to help prevent a lot of traffic bottlenecks. So let traffic flow smoothly and not have everyone all log jam behind each other. At least 8 four-wheelers following this Ron Lawrence truck, because he can't be patient and wait for a better time to pass the other truck. But we can also blame that on the stupid 55-mile-an-hour truck limit too. If we didn't have stupid truck limits like that, we probably would have had an easier time getting around them. Or the trucks would be a little more spread out than they are. Over 2,800 earlier. It was at 3133 hotel. tell. I've seen that truck before. Yeah, I got as high as a little over 2,800 this morning, or yeah, earlier today, and then it came back down some when there was some more news that came out. It dropped a little bit on that, and then it tried to recover a little bit at the end of the day. Check out that new Love's down here on the way down. If I get a drink refill and maybe a bite to eat or something. Got time to burn anyway. Just really, boy. Now then again, I can always stop at the Pilot over here. Now let's do the Pilot. I can always refill my reefer unit while I'm at it. because either they're financial problems that they're being forced into beyond their that's beyond their that they have no control over, and which could have been controlled, or just the cabin fever thing, whatever. People are gonna go crazy. I did hear auto accidents are down a lot. I don't know the exact stats, but I heard they're down. No surprise. Trucks are not, there's still a decent number of trucks out here, but not as much four-wheeler traffic. And it's a proven fact statistically that about 80% of all auto versus truck accidents are caused by the auto driver. Violence cases are up 423%. That's a ton. Behind this agro liquid guy.
How about it, bet chart? What's going on? You guys staying busy? This is Jerry over at Commodity Transporters, Black Western Star on the other side. I'm staying busy. Is this Carlos? Hey, you got you a good radio in there, man. Well, be safe out there, bro.
Is it not in yet, or? I know it's like it ends up here before long. more than an hour early. There's really no hurry here. Esto ir a Pilot truck stop. Antes de voy a Dinuba. They actually do require appointments, and I ended up getting a 17:30 appointment time. Charles. Put y'all to sleep. Boring ass host. messing with you. It was more of a purple truck jamboree after you left. Saw like 4 purple trucks in a short amount of time, not too long after you went offline last night. Purple Prime truck that was leaving the customer I was just at, right at the very beginning of the stream. Probably when you're trying to get to Chillicothe in a single shift. got new Loves is at. Well, then again, I got Wendy's here as well. Probably gonna just go ahead and get my trailer washed out here as well. But I got time to kill. Well, yeah. We have an account with Fresno Truck Wash, but again, if I just go to the one here, I don't have to stop in Fresno. And again, I have time to burn. Forget, you gotta use that other street to get to the entrance. Oh, I got a CB shop here. Come here and then just get my wash out here and then find out from my wife if she did get that adapter I need. Can't see around hay enough to know if it's clear. Yep, it's clear. Haircut while waiting. Interesting. Hello. Yeah, just a washout. Alright guys, I'll be back in a minute. I'm gonna go pay for this and then might get that adapter too on that if they have one. Well, unfortunately, they don't have the CB shop is no longer there. I guess the guy who ran it, I guess closed up shop or something. Put this back here. It's an invoice from when I got the trailer tire replaced. Get off my damn shorts. Alright. Look like they're about done. They're not giving me any indication that I'm done, but yeah, he's washing up his face. He's done, I guess, but it looks like he's done. But I usually wait for him to signal that I'm okay. But he's not giving me any indication. All right, so we head over here to Pilot and get some reefer fuel. Yeah, it looked like he's having a lazy kind of day anyway. Funny that first light over on the right says open, but there's a truck in it. I don't think this guy's moved forward enough for me to get in there, but it's all right. It's all good. We got time to kill anyway. I don't care if this guy takes a bit. Wish they wouldn't have given me so late an appointment time, because like I'm ready to go. I've been ready to go all day practically, and want to just get the load and get it moving and hang out at the house for a bit before I head out of town or something. But and let's see, I don't know how far I am. I think I'm less than an hour away already, so find out. Well, I got time to kill. I'm going to show you my driving stats. I'm at 3,200 miles driven in the last 7 days. It's gone up. front. See, I had a little bit of a gap there with less than 3,000 because of the 34-hour reset. But I'm back over 3,000 now. So you got 4, 5, 6, 7. So if I do at least 432, it'll go up. But I'm going to do less than 432 today. Alright. So, like I said, the miles are here if you know what you're doing. Actually, I think I'm already at 300,000 for what I've driven. Because I got this truck with 283 or so on it, and I'm at 586 right now. But what I actually have showing here is less than that. I think some of it's off-duty driving that hasn't been that I didn't log because it doesn't show up on my doesn't count toward my my logged hours and miles. And there were a few days in here where I didn't get the actual miles. So yeah, getting there. Yeah, just over, and I'm just barely over 2 years. March 12 was my 2-year anniversary. Okay, so from here to Fresh Select, I'm not. This thing always thinks I'm somewhere other than where I really am. How about Pilot, Travel Center? Is this Madeira, I think? Yeah. 55.6 miles, so right about an hour to go. Oh, it actually thinks I should take Avenue 384 down. I was thinking about taking Mountain View across. Legacy Packing and Cold Storage, Topsoil Farm. Okay, that can work. Avenue 384. Now for 392, I can see. Alright, I'll show you. That's basically what I have left to do. Come down 99 and then get down over here to Kingsburg area. Just south of Kingsburg, I can come across. I was actually going to take this other road up here, Mountain View, which is up here. So I can stay away from the downtown Kingsburg area and then come back down across 201. Fuel purchase set up. Reefer. Yeah, I just get reefer only. What is my load assignment? 9142. Alright, I got my pump code. What are you talking about, James? Beer's not bad for you. You just don't drink too much of it and you'll be fine. Yeah, beer's good. Yeah, alcohol is good, actually, but only if it's in moderation. this guy's mask. It's coming across right now. Oh. Yeah, you can forget about me wearing a mask. Just have good hygiene habits. Try to avoid putting your hand on your face and all that. And keep your hands washed at all times. And I don't even go overboard like everybody else. You know, I have sanitizer here, but I'm not using it like every single waking minute, like a lot of people do. This guy's leaving right now. I only have one, the first one and the last one. Yeah, I don't drink very much. I might only do, like if I'm drinking beer, I might only do like a couple or so, and then I'm good. Alright, let me get this turned around so there's at least something for you guys to look at besides the back now, besides my chair. I'm gonna just go ahead and park it here, and since I got time to burn anyway, I might as well go ahead and get a shower while I'm here instead of at the house, and then head across the street to Wendy's and get something to eat or something. So it's only gonna take a little over another hour to get to the shipper. Turned around and then hit one of these spots over here. I'm not going to park in this spot by Schneider. That's how you get hit. That was a waft. give myself a little more room. I'm gonna have to blindside it. Make sure I don't get too close to this other guy. Mirrors. I think I'm good there. Yeah. Oh yeah, plenty of room there. Just want to make sure I wasn't going to be in a position to hit this guy. All right, meeting is over. All right, let's say since it's only what 1:57, 2 o'clock, so about 3 o'clock. I have at least definitely over an hour I want to burn before I even get over there, and it's only 55 miles from here, so. At this point, yeah, I'll probably just go ahead and end the stream for now, and then I'll get a new one started roughly an hour, a little over an hour from now. See, it's about 2 o'clock. We'll just say about 3:15 or so, maybe 3:30, and I'll get another stream started. I was kind of expecting that to get down there, but yeah, I'm gonna get there sooner, quicker than I was kind of planning on getting there. Kind of on me, but. So be it. At least I'm in a good spot where I can go ahead and get a shower while I'm here, grab a bite to eat, kill some of this time, and then head over there. And yeah, that'll be another short one, but hey, at least it's something. I know it's some kind of interaction with you guys, or you guys can interact with me some. It's about 5 p.m. Oh, you're on the East Coast. Yeah, you're in Florida, Alistair, if I remember right. Yeah, I'm in Madera, California right now. Let's see, what am I? Is there anything else? Wipe out all the pumps. Now Fireball is a different story. That's what you call moderation, Corey. 4,500 miles since I bought my car. 4,300, mostly in town and Springfield. Well, I'll be asleep as I have to be up for work at 4:20. Ouch. Yeah, you know. That's Dora, by the way. The YouTube channel makes money. But that's one of my TSP admins saying something about some YouTube channel making money. Alright, so yeah, give me about an hour, hour and a half, somewhere in that ballpark, and I'll be back online. Let's see, I'm gonna shower, get naked. Madera. So yeah, shower, grab something to eat while I'm here, and then when I'm after about 3:30ish, I'll get moving. Now that I have a clean trailer and all that, and filled out reefer unit. And it's the usual thing. I don't want to normally show up to a place until about an hour before appointment time, and if it's anything like what Eric and Google reviewers all seem to indicate, I'm going to probably be there later than when I'm supposed to be there before they even start loading me. So, it'll be another short one. This was a short one here, just something to do there, and it'll be another short one of barely over an hour for the next one too. But I'll be back. See you guys in about an hour and a half. All right? I knew. Come on, you guys know that one. See you guys.